Hey everybody, this is the dude here. You've got us on American Metal Magazine, and we are talking to one hell of a band here. This is Sister Kill Cycle. Man, thanks for coming to American Metal Magazine. How's it going, guys?
Going good, man.
Uh,
Thank you for having us.
Hey,
yeah,
Yes,
no
thanks for
problem.
having.
Excellent, excellent, man. And I was watching a little bit of stuff that you guys have posted right before the interview here, man, and I was really blown away by all the stuff that you guys have been into. Man, you guys are not just in the studio and putting some music out, and the music's great, but I saw like a little mini movie as well that really blew me away, man. I just thought that was great. How did that come to be, man? How did you guys decide to do that?
Well, actually, there's two of them, so you're
Oh,
you're 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 in store for another one. Um,
ah,
we we did one for Can't Feel, and we did one for Blood Pact. So there's two
yeah,
out there, and they kind of are connected.
gotcha.
So
It's the
when
sequel.
when we when Roy and I were working on the final aspects of that album, Cross My Heart, um, we were kind of bouncing back and forth with ideas and stuff. And I didn't want to do just another music video per se of, bands playing, guys playing instruments
Yeah,
and rocking out with lighting
right.
effects. I wanted to do something that would be more artistic, more cinematic that would last the
Yeah.
test of time. So it'd be more like
Mhm.
a storyboard, uh, if you will, of like the music. So we
Yes.
got with
yeah,
Thomas
definitely
Frank
more
from Low
entertaining.
Level Films, and he's an awesome director and actually screenplay writer. I mean, he helped out with a lot of direction on both those videos. So yeah,
And
we
musician.
wanted to do something fun that wasn't just standard.
Yeah, well, you guys accomplished it, man. I got to tell you, man, when the police officer at the door thing happened, man, I kind of jumped back a little bit. I was like, "Wow, what's going on?" On the blood pack one, man. And I was just sitting there thinking, man, this is entertaining. This is great. Not only is the music kick ass, but you just got this cinematic thing happening, man, and it's just blood and gore and really dark, man. It was badass, man. Congratulations. I'll have to go back and see the number one now, man, because I'm hooked on that. I think you should continue that, man. Like you can do a whole
Yeah,
series.
I think with this new record, we've kind of discussed continuing doing maybe not a full 15-minute mini movie, but definitely
Yeah.
more thematic,
Right.
cinematic kind of videos.
Well, I
Yeah.
think it kind of works with the music that way because it's a lot more theatrical anyway,
Mhm.
and and it and definitely throws itself to the concept of the album title, "We Were Ghosts."
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's kind of a great theme anyway for that kind of movie. And so that's just great, man. Very creative. And I just wanted to talk about that for a second. So let's get into the music, man. What's going on new with you guys, man? Are you in the studio right now cooking up, man, or are we taking a break from that and running
Uh,
around
we
doing
we
shows? What's going on?
just finished, just wrapped up the brand new album, We Were Ghost, and it just released on May 16th through Von Artists
Oh,
Ltd.
ah,
So brand new record is out, available worldwide. It's actually a major label release, so it's everywhere. We've been pushing it through all of our social platforms, and that's
mhm,
something about this band that
yeah,
I get comments a lot that we're actually a hands-on band. We've
yeah,
been there, done that. We've been around for like
yeah,
since 2001.
right.
But dude, we all still get on social media. We talk to our fans, our friends.
Mhm,
I call them my friends because
mhm.
most of our fans are kind of like friends and family.
Yeah,
We have an incredible support system,
yeah.
from the fans that we have. So we like to call them friends.
Yeah, we
Yeah, I saw
definitely
that.
have been getting a lot of positive feedback on the album.
Oh, is that right? You're already getting a lot of positive feedback
Oh
because it's just
yeah.
been out. Yeah, that's great, man. I believe it. I think I did catch a little bit of it, and just kind of sampling a lot of your stuff in preparation to talking to you guys. But man, the music that you guys got going on, what I listen to, the thing that really impressed me is the diversity of sound and what you were doing with the keyboard. I guess is it had some keyboard in there and some synth,
A lot.
and then and then okay, I just want to
A
make sure
lot
it's
of
okay to talk
influences
about that.
too.
Some people but no, but what you did with that, man, and then combining with that really deep bass and guitar, and of course the vocals. It really was different, man. It just took me to a place, and I enjoyed it, man. I really did. Yeah, I dug the sound. Uh, so, how was the album, man? How long did you guys work on this one? Was it difficult to get through?
Hey Nick, do you want to answer that?
I do. Oh, I hit a bone somewhere. Yeah.
Oh,
All
it's
right. So
oh,
let's see. I guess I just joined the band just about a year ago, I think now,
Oh,
right? We're
Yeah.
coming up on a year.
Yep, coming up on it.
And a lot of the songs were already done. Like I didn't even have a hand in them at that point at all.
yeah.
And at some point, I guess the call was made that the album's done and it's ready to get mixed. And then it took a while to mix.
yeah.
Right.
It was,
Yeah.
but I guess I'd be a better person to answer the question on writing the album. But
Yeah.
me and Raven, some of those songs have been uh, it's real weird in the writing process because of the pre-production. Some of those songs we've been working on for years, and some of them just came up and just serendipitously. And
Mhm.
in fact, one of the most ironic parts, and this goes ties back to the mixing and mastering part. The one song that came together writing wise the fastest ended up being the one where we were arguing and discussing the different ways we wanted it mixed, and it ended
Yeah.
up taking the longest to get it mixed to where we're all satisfied with it.
And
So
that's
Than it did to write it.
and
yeah,
that's a real challenge sometimes, because everybody's got their own pull in one direction, and it's hard to be flexible. I think sometimes, and but I think you have to just keep on pushing forward and trust in what the other bandmates have to say. Right? Do you find that to be true, man? You have to work towards that goal.
I mean, especially when you
yes.
got five guys, it's fortunate we didn't have a fist fight over everything. By the time it was all said and done, you got five
Sometimes I
different
wondered if
opinions.
it would have gone that far. But in the end, all of us are quite satisfied with the product.
Well, that's
So,
what counts, man. That's what counts. Well, I mean, it's a great product, man, and I think you guys are going to have a lot of success with this album, man. And do you feel like you're really now getting it all down, man? Really feeling comfortable with the sound and feeling like it's really beginning to click. Do you feel like this is the best album that you guys have done?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely.
oh yeah, hands down. Yeah.
I've said it many times,
Yeah.
especially through the end process, going through the mixing and the mastering.
Hmm.
I told the guys, I was like, "This is the best SKC record, hands down,"
Yeah.
and it really was. I mean, believe it or not, Nick said he came in and a lot of the songs were written.
Hmm.
However, he went back in and done a lot of production and added parts that if he had not have added, I don't think the songs would be as powerful. So I think
Yeah.
this is the first record that we've all had our hands in.
Exactly. Yeah.
The previous record, Roy and I pretty much wrote ourselves
Right.
with no other input. But this is not to toot my own horn, but this is a really, really amazing record. I mean, from start to finish, and we're being told this. I mean, people are commenting about how you can listen to this album start to finish, and then it just starts over
Yeah.
again, and it's like they don't get tired of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
mean,
you
as
guys.
far as far as Nick, like and myself, both being guitarists, like I would say that my style is more like a sledgehammer. He
Yeah.
comes in with a little bit more nuanced, subtleties to the mix, and it really,
Yeah. Right.
added a different element that really elevated the songwriting.
Yeah. I could see that, man. I really hear that in what's happening. Now, take me through the process, man. Take me through that writing process for your band. It's a little bit different. How does that work for you guys? You come in with lyrics and then try to marry that to some music or
Yeah.
composition that you've been working on, or
It
do you
just
just come in and
depends.
do it? How does it happen for you
No,
guys?
It just
it's a miracle. That's how it happens.
Ah,
But
Well, I think
no,
someone come with a couple of ideas like a guitar riff and maybe a few other instruments to go along with it, and then they uh, have us listen to it, and then we start thinking of ideas to that, and we just bounce off of each other
yeah,
as we
the,
work on it.
the lyrics end up always being dead last though. I'm like so weird when as a vocalist or a lyric writer.
mm,
I I I pretty much let the song tell me what to write, if
yeah.
that makes sense. I
Oh,
have
it
to hear the
does.
music, and the music makes me feel something,
Yes,
and it usually inspires what I want to write about.
man. That's
Um,
And
awesome.
that's the thing that
Yeah.
we've done also is that we help each other with ideas when we get them.
Mhm.
So, say like there were some moments where we're where well, the lyrics always start with Raven, and I've told him to start thinking about the lyrics even as the song's not all together yet. And there have been some times where I've just given him suggestions, and some of the lyrics were sometimes help him finish the lyrics because finishing is like even this is where the lyrics writing process becomes or songwriting process becomes more like putting together a puzzle to finish it,
Yeah.
and that can and and some every time like Raven just impresses me with some of the new lyrical ideas that he comes across
Yeah.
and just work
And
together on it.
I think it's interesting, and if I understand it right, Raven, you're listening to the tune, and you're just listening there, and it starts to talk to you really on what vocals are speaking to you, man, and then you could just kind of channel out through the music. Is that what I'm hearing that happens for you most of the time when you're
pretty
writing?
much.
Yeah,
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 and again, I mean, back to the lyrical aspect of it. One thing that I've always kind of liked to do in writing, because initially I'm a guitar player. I wasn't
oh,
intended to
right.
ever be the vocalist for the band. It just turned out that way, and here we are 30 years later. But uh, I like to be very vague in my lyrics.
Uh,
So, and that's purposely so. So when the listener hears it, they can relate to it and they can apply it to themselves without having something so concrete like the 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 red Ferrari raced around Maple Street.
yeah,
That's like you can't
right.
really, see that any other way other than what I
Yes,
just told you. But I would
yes,
say, the car was this and that, and you could imagine whatever car you wanted
right.
or where it was going or what it was doing. And that's kind of how I like to do lyrics. I like to be like, you know, kind of vague with them, kind of poetic. So
Yeah,
I like the listener to have their own story that they can relate to with what we're feeling, what the music makes you feel. And, I'm kind of a guideline there. I'm like Willy Wonka, just, don't touch that, don't touch that. But, I can't stop you.
right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, man. And I can see how that can come together. And that is different than a lot of other people that I've talked to. Also, they go in with a set of lyrics and try to match it up to the music, and then some do what you do. And either way, it's incredible, man. And the
Yeah.
result is amazing. And what you're saying is really hypnotic, man. I just love the vocals and what that turned out to be for the band. So,
Thanks.
hey, you're
well,
welcome,
well,
man.
that's one person. I'm used to nobody giving a shit what I have to say anyway.
No,
So
it matters, man. It matters. Well, I tell you what also matters is that it's communicating. That's the other thing I notice. Some bands don't communicate very well. It's a wall of sound, and there's energy there, man. There's drive, but you don't really know what it's about. And I think you got to communicate to people. And just like you said, you got to hit them on their level, right?
Yeah.
And let them, adopt the song to what they're feeling, and that's way important, man. What were some of the early influences for you guys, man? What, and it doesn't have to be necessarily a lot of people, or this band or that band. It doesn't have to be a band. It could be a person in your life, man. Somebody that inspired you. But how did you get on the road, man, to where you're at
Well,
right now?
with all of us, here's what's going to be kind of unique is we all have very similar influences in some aspects, like I would say our core, but then between the five of us, I mean, it's literally both ends of the spectrum. I mean, me personally, I grew up like, in gospel Christian stuff like that.
Wow.
And,
Yeah.
Johnny Cash, Willie Nelson,
There you go.
Hank Williams, and then on to Alice Cooper, David
Nice.
Bowie, Kiss, The Cars.
Oh yeah.
And of course I evolved, punk rock. I did all that stuff.
Yeah.
Nick, I think a lot of, his influences are based in punk rock and rock and roll.
Mhm.
But we're all diverse. I mean, everybody can spout off a few, three or four people that inspired them.
I think that
Yeah.
diversity lends itself to the band. Don't you guys agree with that? That's important.
Oh,
Oh,
definitely.
totally. It makes it totally unique, especially when you start putting it together and finding new ways to put it together. I mean, I bring a lot of like symphonic and black metal influences and into and even though there's also a lot of experimentation for the synths and and uh, and even
Yeah.
that crossover with punk music and Nick
Yeah.
and his guitar playing and also some of and me and Michael have this connection where we are heavily into the European black metal scene from the late '90s and early 2000s
Yeah.
for the death metal and black metal and sometimes even sludge.
Yeah.
So
I
we
hear
bring a
so
lot
much
of
of that.
that.
Yeah. And man, and that makes you a band that doesn't sound like anybody. And I love
You
that,
know,
man. That's
I say
exactly
I
right.
say that I say that all great artists strive to create their individuality from an influential synthesis, but
Yeah.
we've got a larger pool than most. That's for sure.
Yeah. Right. You have more to pull from. Maybe that's the
Yeah.
reason you guys are doing so well. And it's just coming across, man. It's just the sound is you just have to catch it. You know what I mean? Visit the Spotify, visit our website. You can check out links to these guys, by the way, at www.americanmetalmagazine.com and get to their websites and get to their music and buy this music. It's incredible. You wouldn't believe it. And the videos. Um, let's ask you guys something else. How is the tour scene? Are you guys running right now, man? What's going on with show dates and stuff like that? Are you finding venues right now?
And
We're
we've got some festival shows coming up.
yeah, we typically are the normal release an album, go out and tour,
Yeah,
the country kind of band.
right.
But the industry has shifted and changed so much that we were kind of in talks about how we want to do things this year, which is
Uh-huh.
again, we wanted to wait for this album to drop before we start doing anything.
Right.
And we're a little late in the year right now. Typically, most bands have the rest of their year booked up. They know everything. I think what we have decided to do as a band is we're just going to come back home and be a Florida band. We're going to play the crap out of Florida again,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
with maybe some one or two, three off big shows across the country, and I know it's going to disappoint a lot of the fans that want to see us like come here, come here, come here. But logistically, the way the market is right now, it doesn't make sense to jump in a van or an RV or our bus and go out and book dates at our level, if that makes sense. I mean, if
Yeah.
you're at like Pantera or somebody like that, yeah, you have the means
Yes.
to go out
Right.
and do that. But when you're booking like we are, like between 500 and 1,500 seat theaters, it doesn't make sense to go out and run that way. There's just you lose money for sure.
Yeah, I can see that. That makes sense. I think you have to strategize on those moves and where you play. And I think it sounds like if things got really rocking with this particular album, maybe that would catch on, and you would maybe catch more touring
Oh, for
out of
sure.
Florida. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's
Yeah.
that's one of the things that we're wanting to build it back up is to get increase the buzz, and we also wanted to make sure that there was enough time that we can focus on creating the buzz and growing it all the way up until we have the dates that were already booked. So
Exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't want to go back out there and just do club shows. We want to
Mhm.
actually put together the production that matches this album. So when we do come back out, people are going to get a show. They're not going to see, a band in a club. They're going to get a full production with the album
Right.
and, all that. Plus,
Lights,
we have a couple of offers, overseas, maybe Brazil, maybe the UK are talking about bringing us over. So
Oh, wow.
it
Yeah.
might be our first time out of the country this year. So we'll see. I mean, that's why we're kind of keeping things open.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
can
the
understand
logistics
that.
work. We'd be down for it.
Yeah. Well, there's enough really great things happening in the Florida. I mean, Florida's a scene. I talk to bands all over the country, and every one of them talk about, "Hey, let's go to Florida, man. We're going to come to Florida soon." you know, and that's good because there is. I mean, there's a scene everywhere, but it does seem to be a little bit more vibrant around here.
But especially for bands like us that
Yeah.
teeter a little more into the goth realm, um, there's Florida has it's so vast that we have areas all over the state that we could basically tour our state of Florida for a month and
Yeah.
never hit the same venue.
Right. Right. While we were out there, what are some of the favorite venues, man? What are some of those spots that you either in Florida or nationally that you've come across that you were just like, man, this was a great spot, had a great time, was a good crowd. Anything stand out?
I mean, there's been several over the years. I mean, Whiskey a Go Go of
Bar Sinister in
yeah,
LA. Yeah.
Bar
Bar
Sinister and
Sinister, I
Whiskey a
really
Go
loved the
Go.
vibe when we played there. Bar Sinister in LA.
Yeah, LA. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's awesome,
Um,
man.
there, of course, back in the day, we, got to play the famous L'Amour's in Brooklyn before it shut down.
Oh,
And that,
sweet, man.
that was, that will always be a memory in my head that I won't forget. That there's been a lot. I mean,
Hmm.
we get treated pretty well because,
Yeah.
people that meet us and work with us and I'm kind of going to ruin our bad boy reputation here, but I mean we're all decent older guys. We've been in this business
Yeah.
for a while, so we're easy to work with. We we don't have no blue M&Ms or anything like that crazy requests. We just when we got our crap together, we get our stuff up on
Yeah.
stage, we do our
Right.
production, and
That's it. Totally professional. Right.
so
That's what I
yeah,
see.
people. I mean,
Yeah.
people are generally really nice to us. So it's there's a lot that stand out.
That's awesome, man. Well, I think stage presence is also very important. How are you guys doing that now? I mean, as you're a golf band and you really have a great look. Are we presenting ourselves like that out on the road when we jam out? Is that kind of what you guys are still putting forth, that really bad boy image right
Oh,
now?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
As a
definitely
matter of
more
fact, that's
straightforward.
part of what we're working on right now with the production
Yeah.
behind the scenes here with the album
Yeah.
is actually doing more of a stage show. But yeah, you're not gonna catch us doing a Creed with blue jeans and t-shirts on stage. So that's never gonna happen. It's always gonna kind of be a level of the goth industrial realm.
Man, far out. That's great stuff, man. And I tell you, man, next time you guys play out, if you're in my area, I'm in Tampa, in Orlando area. So hopefully you guys will have a date and I'll come out and check you guys out too live because I'd like to see that, man. That's killer. So let me ask you guys this, man. If everything goes great, man, and this album really kicks it into high gear for you and all of those financial constraints blow away, where do you see your going? Where do you see yourselves going, man? What would be the pinnacle of what you guys are trying to achieve, man, with your music?
Anyone?
Playing arenas, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I figured we would go
packed
right
arena.
back into the studio.
See,
Well,
there you go,
obviously,
man.
I already have ideas for some of our follow-ups, and we've talked and just hinted at each other like some of the things we want to try when we come back around to it.
Yeah, that's great, man. It's just like we all want to just play, right, man? Get out there and just share what you've worked
Just
so
so you-
hard.
Yeah, and I see us
Yeah.
becoming more
Just
and more collaborative on our strengths. 'Cause,
just so you know, dude,
Yeah, man.
dude. Yeah, just so you know, we are playing September 27th at Brass Mug in Tampa, headlining a festival show there.
Oh, I'm there. Yeah, I'll
I
see you
figured I
guys there.
figured you'd be
Yeah.
digging that.
Yeah, I'm digging that, man. I'll see you guys there. Who's putting that on?
Brass Mug.
Uh, Jason Mooney. It's Mooney Fest.
All right
The
then.
mini fest.
Oh, all right then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I really don't try to bring my band up too much, but I'm playing there as well. Witchkill will be there. That's my band, Witchkill. So
Right
that's
on.
the second
That'll
day,
be
man.
great.
Cool name.
Yeah, that'll be cool to see you guys, man, and just fire it up, man. What do you think, man, are the things that you guys need the most right now, man? What would be the biggest boost? What do you think it would be the best thing that could happen right now for you guys? What do you need the most, I guess, is what I'm getting to.
Hitting lotto.
That's
Is it the
what I
lotto,
was
man?
about to say. Winning the lottery.
Yeah.
Deep
Yeah,
enough pockets.
probably the biggest thing right now, I mean, is just financial. I mean,
Yeah.
if we had an investor, it would change a lot really quickly with this band.
Yeah.
Right now, I mean, yeah, we have a great label that's behind us, supports us, but
Mhm.
no financial support, which is fine because we own all the rights to everything. We own our
Sure.
masters and all that.
Right.
So it's really
Yeah.
cool in that aspect. But yeah, just the financials, man. We're five normal guys. We have lives, we have
Mhm.
homes, we have bills to pay, we have stuff like that. We love music, we love doing this. This is why we continue to do it with or without money. I mean, that doesn't matter. We're just trying to be smart about it now so we don't end up eating out of dumpsters again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, if we had somebody who could step in and do like an investment deal with us, yeah, you could see things changing with the band fairly quickly.
Yeah.
I would say.
Well, I think you guys would be a great investment, man. I wish I had the money because I would get behind you guys because I think that you have what is more of a modern rock sound, if that makes sense, man.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a little bit more cutting edge, I think. And then I think you guys got a great stage presence, and you're a professional band, man. You're level headed, and you've been together a while, and you've been through those bruises, and you're ready, man. You're fully formed, man, and ready to get out there. So I hope that happens for you guys right away.
Thanks, brother.
At times we're level headed.
Yeah, well, right, man. I mean, we all get crazy, man, real crazy. Is there anybody that you guys would like to shout out to, man, while we wrap this up? Is there anybody that's just out there that's helped you or just just say hi to? Anybody out there?
Well, of course, Bo Nasty from In the Pit, who introduced us and made this possible.
Right.
Dude, he's freaking great guy, and
He's a
I
wild
think
man.
that's going to be a great relationship going forward. We're doing stuff together as well.
Yes.
Like to shout out to our label head, Larry Turing, with Von Artist, dude. I mean, he's an upstanding gentleman. He's been in the business many, many, many years, from back in the old days when, you know, it was all about vinyl records.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
And of course, you know, as always, our friends, our fans, dude. I mean, people have been so incredible with this release. I mean, we've always gotten like really grassroots, you know, strong support, but it's like people they have our backs now, and it's like, you know, makes it so much better to you know, do this and make the music when you have people who love it that much. So
Yeah.
Shout out to all of our friends, fans. You guys are the best.
That's beautiful, man. And you know, I just think that you guys got some real forward momentum. If you're listening out there, make sure that you go online and you check this band out, but most importantly, buy the music. I mean, yeah, you can listen to it, whatever, but buy it. Trust me, you'll have it, and you'll be helping the band. And that is really what we need to do more of. You know, we love this music, man. Let's show our support and get this album. You know, you won't regret it.
That's exactly what I do. Is I'll go check an artist out. If I hear about them, I'll go listen to them online. If I like what I'm hearing, then I'll go buy it.
You hear that, man? Yeah. And they're in the band, man. You know, so you know we can do the
Gotta
same.
support each other, no doubt.
Yeah, 100%, man. And that's it. And is there any band that you guys have been working with, or just a band shout out real quick while we wrap this up, man? Does anybody stand out in your head? Somebody that you kind of been running with a little bit?
Our guys from October Noir, of course, Tom Noir and all those guys, Trey and Doug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Excellent. Well, hey, thanks again, guys, for joining us. This is Sister Kill Cycle, and this is one hell of a band. I mean, if you haven't checked it out, check it out. Go to American Metal Magazine, www.americanmetalmagazine.com, and follow the links. We're going to do a 2-page write up with these guys and have their music on an interactive magazine so that you can click a link or scan with your phone, and it'll take you right to their music where you can purchase it and check it out or listen to it. But thanks again for coming in, man. It's been a blast. It's really been enlightening talking to you guys, and just really, again, appreciate it.
Thank you, man. Thank you, dude.
Yeah,
Thanks for having us.
Hey, excellent. Hey, we're going to get out of here and just, can I get a big go AMM? Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3, go.
Go AMM.
Wow. Yeah. I love it.